Today I'm sharing a specific person's success story from a client of mine, and I'm going to give you some tips so that you can achieve the same, okay? You are going to be the next success story. Hello everyone, my name is Al and welcome to my channel Simply Create with Al. If you're new here, please go ahead, subscribe to my channel. I am here making manifesting easier for you, sharing all my tips and advice so that you can use them to create the life you have always dreamed of. And if you're in need of coaching, go to my description box. All information is there. But right now, let's get into today's topic. So today we are talking about a success story from a client of mine. She is manifesting her specific person, her family back, basically, okay? And I shared her story in the community tab. So if you want to read her entire email, please go over there. Okay, here we are just going to discuss a few important things so that you can take her story as an example and use it so you can achieve a similar result, okay? Or you can finally achieve a change or a breakthrough in your situation. This client and I, we started working together about 7 months ago, but actually more intensely the past 2 to 3 months, okay? And throughout all of these 7 months, she managed to create a whole lot of movement, yeah? At the beginning, she was new to manifesting, so she decided to manifest in steps. She wanted to see what she could do, and she wanted to see results. And it was pretty okay because she actually realized that she is the queen of scripting, okay? It's amazing. She writes something and in 1 or 2 weeks or a month, it's there. It's crazy. I love that so much. I'm so proud of her. But yeah, basically that's how it was going. I have noticed then, after a time, that she was reacting quite a lot to what was going on in the 3D. So we had a more serious talk, okay? I saw she was ready to actually go to her ultimate end. And she knew that too. She was like, yeah, I realized that. I know how to manifest. I can do this. So we started working on creating that end, but also dealing with her emotions, you know, her fears, all the difficulties in between. And let me tell you, it was not easy for her, but she finally achieved a point of breakthrough. Okay, sometimes you need to break down to break through. And this is what happened. So I'm going to read a few things for you and we are going to talk about it. It's been about 2 weeks since we spoke, and in our session, I came to the realization I had a lot of work that I needed to do on myself in regards to self-concept. After speaking to you, I really decided to make a decision to work on myself, but be committed to this and not as half-hearted as I was before. I made commitments of things I would do every single day that relate to me. I have been meditating, and then she goes on, like writing a list of things that are so amazing about myself, using I am affirmations. She is always writing a gratitude journal for things she's grateful that haven't manifested yet. And she has visualized. And then she goes, I've also been doing a lot of self-care and self-love, care and compassion, drinking water and doing things that make me feel good. This has really helped me with my anxiety. Okay, so basically she had realized, okay, I have to put myself first. We had talked about this before, about how important it is for her to focus on herself and prioritize herself. But sometimes, you know what it is? We are not ready to understand the message. We are not in our journey. We are not there where it makes sense, okay? So in time, she got to that point and she was like, yeah, okay, this is it. I need to prioritize myself. I need to focus on myself. Because here's the thing. If everyone is super pushed out and you are obsessing and your entire life is all about that person and you cannot stop thinking about that person, you know, of that person, right? What you are creating is that person to be actually thinking about what is good for them, what they want, about, thinking about themselves, basically. When you turn around and you're like, no, okay, it's done, it's created, now I can relax and I can do my thing and focus on myself and prioritize myself and make sure that I am responsible for my happiness, then that's the point where people turn around and they are like, oh, actually, you know what? Where's that person? Because I really like them. Okay, so this is what I have realized, and this is what happened to her. If you go read what she wrote, it was her SP's birthday, and at the same day that he was celebrating his birthday, they didn't meet, but 2 days later they were together and they had dinner, and they ended up spending some romantic time together, and they were intimate and so on, which hadn't happened for like 2 years, right? So she created all of that, and he reflected actually everything that she was expecting of him, that she had been creating, emotional vulnerability and all of that. They talked about very important existential things, and which was amazing. So she goes on, I'm so proud of myself, like really I am. Old me would have never thought this would even be possible before. I don't want to repeat the old story because I decided to bury it. As we both know, I was one for repeating it. But things haven't been great with my SP for a long time, and since putting in the work, I have manifested all these changes in him, and I've started to see how me changing myself, my whole world has been changing. It's not been easy for me, and at times I've doubted myself and wanted to give up, but you told me no. And what hit home for me is when you told me I was living fear because I didn't believe I was good enough. Well, I decided that day I was good enough. And now look, and it's been less than 2 weeks since we last spoke. My journey during my manifestation process has been rewarding but life-changing. Every hurdle was an opportunity for me to take it and learn from it. It was feedback on what I needed to change, but it has finally clicked. I only needed to change myself. I didn't need to try and control everyone outside of me or try to figure how things would go. I just needed to go inside me and remember who the hell I was and love me. And then later she goes on, I had to learn to trust that regardless of what I see, everything's working out for me in my favor. The biggest lesson in all of this and the moral of the story is there is no one to change but self. And she is right, Here is the thing. Here's the thing. People are always going to reflect your assumptions. People are always going to reflect the story you've been telling about them. Okay, so this is actually the work. It's not about looking outside of you, expecting things to change. If you haven't changed yourself, okay, the world is not going to change for you. So what we all have to understand is everything that is going on is a reflection of what's going on within us, okay? This is an inner job. Everyone in your reality is going to reflect what you, okay? Pieces of you, parts of you, your assumptions, your limiting beliefs, okay? The story you have in mind about them, about you, about the relationship. So, here's the thing. When you know that, you have to work on changing that story if you want to confront something differently, okay? And it is an inner job. It is about you working on yourself, okay? There is no one out there that wants to get to you. It's always you against yourself, okay? Your new state, your new self-concept against your old self-concept, your old state, okay? It's you overcoming yourself, your limiting beliefs, all of this. People are just messages. They are not there to hurt you. They are not out there for you. They are just reflecting back and being like, listen, this is what's going on within you, okay? That's why as you learn as you learn manifestation and so on, okay, you are going to get to a point where you have more control of your reactions, because you get that. You're like, okay, so what in me is creating that? I'm going to change that, okay? You cannot change the 3D without changing your inner world, okay? And she got that. Okay, now I have read these emails. She already sent me another email where she actually spent the evening with her man, okay? And they spent the night together. And they even had, family time. But it is amazing how we can change, from where she started to where she is right now. You would not recognize the person, okay? You would not. And it is so amazing. I have no doubt that she's going to get that commitment. She's going to get her family back because she's on the right track. She has found the missing link, okay? She has understood what everyone is you pushed out actually means, okay? And she's putting the focus on what is really important, okay? I'm really proud of her. Anyway, I really hope you guys have learned something from this story, okay? You can be the next success story. Keep doing what you gotta do. Keep focused on what is important, okay? That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, give me a like, subscribe to my channel. We are going to talk soon. Bye, guys.